Many years ago, the city of Kathmandu was known as Kantipur. It contained a small village called Kipu. Today, Kipu is known as Kirtipur. Kipu was a quiet and beautiful village. Farmers enjoyed growing food and raising animals. Merchants bought and sold things, carpenters and artisans worked with wood, and masons built with brick and stone. Mothers in their free time enjoyed weaving Niwari dresses, and children were happy in their own world. Then one day, a ghost appeared in Kipu. It looked like a human skeleton. It was as tall as two-storied building. It walked through the night carrying a big sack. The villagers called the ghost Kawan. Kawan stole children and carried them away in his sack. Since almost all the houses in Kipu had big windows, it was easy for Kawan to put his hands through the open window and grab small children. Kawan means skeleton. The people of Kipu gathered in front of the big temple of Bhagbhairav. The people were miserable because Kavan was taking their children. How can we fight this ghost? They asked one another. The oldest man in the crowd, Sukram Baje, listened to everyone's problem. Baje means grandfather. Tarikaji's 8-year-old daughter was taken yesterday, a villager named Babu Kaji said. It has not even been a week since Chirimacha's son was kidnapped, a villager named Tuku Kaji added. 7 children have been taken from our village so far, said Tarikaji, bursting into tears. This is a terrible strategy, Sukram Baje said. He looked towards the sky and folded his hands. Chirimacha spoke to the old man. Baje, I tried my best to grab my son too tight and pull him towards me, but Kavan was so strong for me, he snatched my son and put him in his sack. Our daughters were sleeping between us. We were very tired from working in the fields all day. We fell asleep quickly and were in a deep slumber. We didn't wake up even when Kawan stole our darling daughter, Tarikaji said, tears streaming out his cheeks. I tried to push its hand through my window as well, said the villager. Baje, I am leaving this village. The memory of my son haunts me day and night, Chirimacha said, her eyes brimming with tears. How can we leave our village and go? My land and all my relatives are here, but I am equally tormented by the memory of my daughter, Tarikaji said, sobbing bitterly. Do not leave and do not give up, said Balkaji. Let's fight Kawan bravely and bring back our children. I am ready to lead. The old man shook his head. Fighting Kawan is beyond our power, but at all the same time, it is not right for us to sit at home quietly while Kawan steals our children, said Sukram Baje. A child named Shanu Babu stepped forward. He spoke softly to the old man. Baje, I have heard that Kawan's hands are very big. The windows of our houses are bigger than his hands. That is how he can reach in and steal children. Why don't we make our windows smaller so that the hands can't fit through? A villager scolded Shanu Babu. How dare you, as a child, speak in the meeting of our elders, said Dhanveer. And anyway, our houses would get too hot in the summer if the windows were smaller. Sukram Baje disagreed. I think it sounds like a good idea. Does anyone have a better suggestion? Suddenly, everyone was silent. They looked at each other. The only sounds were birds chirping. Baje, why don't we make a lattice screen to cover our windows? It can have small holes to let the air through, but Kawan won't be able to reach inside, Dhanveer said excitedly. Sukram Baje laughed happily. Almost all the villagers agreed with Dhanveer and Shanu Babu. Chirimacha and Tarikachi were not convinced, but they agreed to try the idea. One day, Kawan went to Sukram's Baje's house. He tried to push his hands through the window, but his fingers got stuck in the holes of the lattice. Ouch! My fingers are hurting. Could someone please help? Kawan moaned. Who is that screaming so late into the night? Baje shouted. Please help me free my fingers from your windows. I will give you whatever you want. Kawan cried. I will help you get your fingers out, but only if you promise me that you will release all the children you have stolen. Also, you have to leave the village and never return, Baje said to Kawan. I agree to everything you say. Please hurry up, Kawan shouted. First, give us back all the children you have taken, Baje shouted even louder. Kawan placed the sack on the ground. 7 children jumped out of the sack one by one. All the children ran into Baje's house. Baje locked the door with them safely inside. Then they all kept Kawan get his fingers out of the window. Kawan left Kipu and never returned. Nobody knows where he went or what happened to him. Chirumacha held her son close to her chest, and for a long time she was very happy. Tarikaji was also so happy that he jumped with joy. The other villagers danced and sang after getting the children back. All the villagers took part in the merry making. Kipu went back to being a quiet and happy village once again. Thank you.